Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to the Noble Motorsport channel, Noble Coding for all of you. Today I'm going to walk you through if you are thinking about purchasing an Audi A3 sedan of any model, whether it's 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, or 2020. I will show and explain to those of you who are buying the car now and don't know much about it, okay? So here at the Multimedia Center, we have some things. There are some features. This is the main screen in car, which is the first option we have here. If you tap it, we have the efficient mode right here, which prioritizes fuel consumption. So it will switch gears much quicker every time. Then the comfort mode, which will also always prioritize changing gears sooner. The high mode is a mode that adapts to the way you are driving the car. If you're accelerating slightly, it will switch gears sooner. If you're accelerating more, it will understand that you want to extend the speed more. In high mode, it adapts to the way you're driving. So if you're driving more aggressively or accelerating more, it allows you to extend the turn more. Otherwise, if you're driving more casually, it still prioritizes consumption. In dynamic mode, which is Audi sports mode, it will let you stretch the turn until the end, okay? And it will do the downshifts too. In the individual mode, what's cool about it is that we can do some settings in it, right? We can set it individually. In the Audi A3, we can set the engine gear, whether it's on high in comfort or in dynamic. The engine gearing is tougher. You can feel the gear change more, and it also reduces the gears and lets you switch gears closer to the turning point. The steering is in comfort, which is very soft. It changes based on your driving style. The dynamic, which is that progressive steering, it becomes much harder as you accelerate. So if you're going 30 kilometers per H, it's lighter. If you're going at 200 kilometers per H, it becomes harder, okay? So these are the driving modes. Here in systems, which is located at the bottom, we will have all the other settings for the car. The key is on the steering wheel, so we can select what we want it to select. This one is a configurable key that is on the steering wheel. It's like an asterisk. There are some modes we can select for it. External lighting, automatic circulating light. You can set it to light up early, medium, or late. I always leave it at early, but you can choose whatever suits you. This function would be for the headlight to automatically turn on when it becomes darker. The lights when leaving, so when we're getting out of the vehicle, the lights will stay on. If the lights remain on when locking, they also stay on. The running light, which would be the DRL, you can turn on or off the car's DRL, okay? In the next function, we have lighting. Of the environment, we can select all the lighting zones. That means the entire dashboard here, just the front part that you want to select, or just the lighting for the foot area, which you can also select separately, okay? Going back here, electrical locks. Here we can open the windows with a long press, meaning the windows will open if you hold the button down for the front window. The window, the rear window, neither. Only the roof, which I left activated so that it opens when I unlock it. Okay? Moving on to the topic of unlocking doors. It's an interesting thing when you press the key to unlock. It will only unlock the driver's door as described here. If you leave it on the default setting, it will unlock all 4 doors with one touch. Many people use this feature for security reasons, especially when you're approaching your car alone, right? You press it once and only your door will unlock. So if a thief is approaching from the other side, they won't be able to open the passenger door or the back doors. They will only unlock the driver's door. As for the mirrors, you can choose to fold them when you lock the car. You can leave this feature on or off, but 99.9% leave it on so that the mirrors close automatically when you lock the car. This signal when locking is that beep that it makes when you lock and unlock the car. So here you can turn it off and it no longer beeps, or turn it on for it to beep again. And for the lock during the trip feature, it is for it to notify you to lock automatically when the car passes 15 kilometers per hour. So when you drive off, the car reached 15 kilometers per hour, it locks automatically. If you leave it off, it will no longer lock the car automatically when it exceeds 15 kilometers per hour. So you will always have to lock the car manually. Now let's focus on the driving assistance. Here we have a speed warning option. You can select the speed at which you want it to beep to alert you. For example, if I want to drive at 60 kilometers per hour and I want to be alerted if I go over 60, so you set it here at 60. If you drive over 60 per hour, it will beep and warn you that you have exceeded your preset speed. You have the option of turning it off, or you can set it to the maximum. I always leave it set at 240. Then we have the parking assistance feature, the volumes from the front to the back, which I have already explained. Here's another place where you can see this. Recommend a brake. It identifies whether you're tired or not according to the way you drive or how many hours you've been driving, enabling you to stop and rest. I don't usually use this feature, so I leave it off. Next is the rain sensor, which I always keep activated. If it starts to rain, it automatically turns on the windshield wipers. For air conditioning, we have here automatic air circulation, so you can leave it off or always on. I always leave it on with automatic recirculation active in my car. Then we have services and control where we can adjust the tire pressure. To reset the tire pressure, click on Save and Save Now. It will reset and turn off the dashboard light that is on, if any. This indicates that you need to recalibrate the tires. As for the service interval, it will notify you when you need to reset the oil change. If you want to reset the oil change, it will reset the warning here for you, okay? Next, we have here the windshield wiper change. We use this feature precisely for when we need to change the wiper blades. When we activate the wiper blades, right? They will rise and lock at the top. You make the change, then click on off, and it returns to its original position. The chassis number will display the car data. Regarding the keys, it will tell you how many keys you have, which would be the original key and the duplicate key. So it gives you two keys, which are the keys that are programmed for this vehicle. Moving back, we have here the telephone functions. I don't think this needs to be communicated to you. This is about the media mode, which would be Bluetooth, right? I think there's no need for that here either. When it comes to radio, we have the option, to adjust the sound settings. Here we can separate many systems like the voice command system and the parking control system. If you want to make the volume at the back of the parking lot higher or lower, you can set it here. You can also change the frequency. The volume of entertainment in the case where you can increase and decrease it. Here in the volume, you can decide how much you want it to lower the car sound right while you're maneuvering. Coming back here, we have the subwoofer setting, so you can select for the sub to be stronger or weaker, right? Its intensity. In the bass, you can also select it. Treble, you can also select it separately. The balance too, right? If you want to manually select which side you're interested in having greater balance, we usually leave it centered, which makes sense. It's also forward and backward. We also leave the focus at 0, right? If you want the focus to be on the whole car rather than on everything or on the front, then it would be more for the driver, front passenger. Coming back finally, we have this Gala, which is the system that the more you accelerate, the more the volume goes up. So if you're at 30 per hour, the volume, I don't know, is at 10. If you're at 200 per hour, it's at maximum volume. So as the speed increases, it also increases the volume of the sound of whatever you're listening to. In this case here, the name of the stations is variable or fixed, right? Which will show you the name of the broadcaster. Applied station information and erase memory record, all right? Going back to the menu, we have here at the top, we have the time so that we can, select the time, date, right? Here would be the alarm of on and off time zone. If you want a 24 hours period, format, date, year, everything else, then here is where we will select language unit, right? If you want it in miles or kilometers, distance, temperature, right? The units here that you want to appear for you. So these are the first settings. Voice command system, active or not. Screen lighting, right? If you want to make the lighting lower or higher, here are factory settings, system updates, and version information. Okay. Now we have some other functions here. So here, finally, we've covered all the features available in the Audi A3's Multimedia Center. Here is a complete overview of all the functions you'll find if you buy an Audi A3. All the features within your car's multimedia system are listed here, okay? I hope I helped you. I hope you make a good purchase with your car on your A3 audio. If it's the car that interests you, these are the functions presented here on the Audi A3 8V, which is available in the 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, 2020, right? For the 8V models. So I hope I helped you. If it helped you, leave a like. If you have any questions about the Audi A3 or the car and you haven't bought it or even have the car yet, leave it below for us, okay? Leaving a like helps us a lot too, right?